Every human experiences a powerful mix of feelings: fear, anger, guilt, excitement, hope, and at times this wave of emotion can hijack your clarity and paralyze your actions. Overthinking is the echo chamber that magnifies these feelings. It turns a single event into a tangled web of relentless what-ifs and regretful rewinds. But here's the truth. Emotions are messengers, overthinking is distortion. Emotions bring data, overthinking warps that data. Mastering your emotional world begins with awareness, intentional response, and tools that rewire your thinking. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 actionable tips, not fluffy advice, but real strategies backed by science and experience. These methods will empower you to observe and label your emotions, shift your physical state, challenge your inner narrative, rewrite your identity, and journal with purpose. You don't have to demolish your feelings, you just need to pilot them. Let's begin this transformation together here on Limitless Mindset. Tip 1. Label and observe, see with clarity. Picture this. You're driving home, stuck in traffic, and suddenly your breath quickens, your hands tighten around the wheel, and your thoughts spiral. Why is this happening? I'm already late. This is a classic example of emotional hijacking, where your body and mind are in red alert mode. To break free, step back and label what's happening. I notice anger. I'm feeling agitated. Labeling does not fix the problem, but it gives you a bridge of control. Neuroscience validates this. The simple act of stating, "I feel anxious," activates the prefrontal cortex, calming the amygdala, the seat of intense emotion. Instead of being swept away, you become the observer. From this vantage, you can choose your response: to fume, to calm yourself, or to adjust. Observation is equally important. Observe the tightness in your chest, the heat in your face, the swirl of thoughts. Notice the speed of your breath. Ask a gentle question internally. What is this emotion trying to tell me? This isn't self-judgment, it's curiosity. You're creating internal space. This space brings options rather than reactions. It's the first and most essential step toward emotional mastery. Tip 2. Shift physical state. Reboot your system. When your emotions hit, your body goes into an automatic fight-flight-freeze mode, signaled by a surge of adrenaline. Left alone, that message intensifies, even after the trigger has passed. To break the cycle, you must change your physical environment. Take a deep, deliberate breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Feel tension ease. If you're seated, stand up. Lift your arms. Stretch. Shake your shoulders. Walk toward an open window. Let fresh air hit your face. These actions disrupt the feedback loop that sustains your emotions. They physically signal to your brain, emergency over. This is not life or death. That moment of shift doesn't erase what you felt. It simply buys you time to think, act, or speak clearly. This technique is powerful, but underutilized. Humans are conditioned to stay in emotional loops, ruminations, fights, anxiety. But even a simple output shift, a shuffle, pause, or breath can reset the brain's narrative. And from that reset, you regain control. Moreover, regular activation of this tool, multiple times a day in non-emergent moments, anchors it deeply in your nervous system. Before long, a deep breath becomes your instinctive first line of defense. You're no longer at emotional mercy. Tip 3. Challenge the story, reframe your narrative. Often our emotions are escalated by the stories we tell ourselves. Your mind might say, "I blew it. This always happens to me." But those stories are rarely objective. They are tinted by past experiences, irrational beliefs, or false comparisons. To regain clarity, ask, is this thought true? Where is the evidence? Then seek the counter evidence. Have you succeeded before? Have you been early or right in high-stakes moments? Next, reframe. Turn "I always mess up" into "I've stumbled, but I've improved each time." Take "they didn't reply because they don't care" and recast it as "they may be busy, even big things need time." Don't lie to yourself, but seek a more realistic lens. This is cognitive restructuring, the tool therapists use every day. As you practice, you begin to internalize a skill, emotional skepticism, not denial, but inquiry. When unhelpful thoughts arise, you pause and ask, what is real here? What do I know? What am I assigning meaning to that may not be true? Here's where power emerges. With each reframed step, you weaken the chains of overthinking. You chip away at false beliefs. You reclaim perspective. You get unstuck. Tip 4. Identity shift. Become who you want to be. If your internal dialogue is, I'm so anxious, I'm neurotic, then even your words reinforce a limiting identity. To redesign your emotional world, transform your identity statement. I am calm, I am present, I am in control. Say it, write it, visualize it. You aren't pretending, you're pointing your mind toward a better version of yourself. The brain responds to identity. You hold moral authority differently. If you're a fit person, you don't skip workouts. If you're a kind person, you don't lash out. So when you claim, I'm a person who manages emotions, your behavior aligns. Requiring less willpower and more testimony from your new identity, you act in support of your self-image. Each time you respond calmly in a minor interaction or pause under stress, you're strengthening your identity. Through repetition, it becomes your default. Over time, emotional control becomes not rare, it becomes who you are. Tip 5. Journal with purpose. Write to release and reflect. Emotional overload often results from an internal tornado of unspoken thoughts. To break its cycle, create a journaling ritual. Spend 10 minutes a day simply unpacking your mind. Write it all down. What's happening, how you feel, what you fear, what you're longing for, no filter. Then ask yourself, did this thought reflect reality or fear? What did I learn? What is one step forward now? This practice does two things. It externalizes the noise, no longer swirling in your head, and gives clarity about where to direct your energy. It's like turning chaos into compost for growth. Over time, this habit builds emotional literacy. You begin to detect early emotional triggers, destructive thought patterns, or recurring anxieties. You gain clarity, understanding your processes, not just your feelings. And clarity empowers choice, and choice creates momentum. By mastering these 5 strategies, label and observe, shift physical state, challenge the story, identity shift, and journaling, you reclaim the helm of your mind. You stop reacting, you begin directing. Emotions are still part of your experience, but now they guide instead of govern. Overthinking becomes insight, not paralysis. Instead of being hostage to chaos, you are the calm within it. This transformation starts small, each breath, each inquiry, each written word. But those small acts compound into a life lived on purpose, clarity, and flow. This is emotional mastery. This is mental freedom. This is limit.